Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and I am here going to be talking about something that, well, I didn't think I would talk about. I actually didn't expect to make this video. But here I am making this video, and I am here going to be talking about the new Megadeth Greatest Hits album, Warheads on Foreheads. Now, before I do start and proceed with the video, I would like to address that well, I know that my last video about Keith Wallen's solo project and the Breaking Benjamin fan rant video was not very well received by many individuals. I know that some people thought that I was wrong, and you know, I can understand that. You know, there's opinions are gonna fly around, and that's okay. You know, but just understand where I'm coming from as well. And also keep in mind that, like, I know that not every single person that listens to modern rock is like the type of people that I described in the video. But of course, I also did decide to unlist the video. So I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, the reason I do want to talk about this Megadeth Greatest Hits album is because, well, when they were teasing this album out, I actually thought that, like, they were going to be releasing a new album. Like, they started posting stuff to social media, and I know me and some friends thought, like, is this going to be a new Megadeth album? Like, is this the new album? But no, it's just the Greatest Hits album, another Greatest Hits album. And I do want to talk about this because, well, I feel like there's a couple things that I definitely see a problem with this, and some things that, of course, I think are still cool. Now, I think the biggest issue, to be honest with you, is the money. Now, I actually did see a copy of this new Megadeth Greatest Hits at my local exchange store, but it went somewhere like close to like $30, and sure, it was something that I, you know, am interested in owning, but I didn't want it enough to pay $30 for it. And honestly, money, I think, is really the biggest problem with this, especially considering that it's a greatest hits album. Like, the way I see it, I think it would be somewhat cheaper to go out and buy all their albums, like, individually, you know? So that's something that's kind of strange in my opinion. I don't know why they're charging $30 for this, or close to it. I mean, there are still some things about this that are pretty neat. I do like how Megadeth is, like, even releasing like their newer hits on this new Greatest Hits album. I know that might seem odd that I didn't really expect that, but I really just expected, like, just their classics, you know? But I was actually really surprised when I saw the track listing to see songs like Blackmail the Universe, Washington is Next, Poisonous Shadows, and many more. And I was pretty surprised when I did see Megadeth's, like, more modern singles on this on the track list of this Greatest Hits album. That's something that did surprise me a little bit, and I think that's pretty cool. And, of course, I think the reason that Megadeth released War on Warheads, Warheads on Foreheads, or whatever it's called, is because of the 35-year anniversary of the band Megadeth. Now, is this going to be a release that I'm going to pick up? I hope to eventually, but I've just been seeing it for just really expensive prices, honestly. Maybe if I see it for like $15 or something, like, I think $15 is really the most I'll pay for it. You know, not close to $30. I mean, I can see how, I could see how this new Greatest Hits album will be, like, good for newer fans. But the thing about that is, like, if someone's a newer fan of Megadeth, and, like, they recently check them out and, you know, go out and buy this set of their hits, and it's one of those cases, like, where, well, what if you don't like it? You just spent, like, close to $30 on something that you're not even enjoying anyway. Now, obviously, it's Megadeth, and you gotta wonder how could you not enjoy Megadeth. But obviously, I'm aware that some people don't, and therefore, you spent $30 on something that you're not even gonna listen to that much. And I think that's going to be a little inconvenient too. Now, obviously, you could just go and, return the CD at the store or whatever. So, yeah, I guess that's a solution to it, but it is something that is a little inconvenient, like for the newer fans even. And if you are a newer fan of Megadeth, I would just say go out and, pick up some of their studio albums, because obviously that would be more cheaper. But yeah, my thoughts on Warheads on Foreheads by Megadeth. I think it's pretty cool that they're doing this, but it's just pricey. That's like really my biggest problem with it, especially considering that it's a greatest hits album. Now, if this would be like a brand new Megadeth studio album, and like it was like a double album or something that like came with a bunch of stuff, and it was signed and everything, and charged $30 for it, that I think would be a lot more reasonable. But just, a standard greatest hits set, I don't think is worth the price. And like I said, the price of this new release is really the main problem I have with it. I mean, I wouldn't mind it as much, other than the fact that they kind of teased us a little bit, thinking that like they were gonna, announce a new album. But I don't know, it seems like Megadeth is pulling a Metallica here. Like they're, re-releasing stuff instead of releasing new material now. And I guess that's another little problem I have with it. But I can't complain too much, because Megadeth is still a fantastic band, as far as their discography goes now. Everything from their debut up to their more recent stuff, of course. Obviously, they've had bumps in the road, but they're still a great band, and one of my favorite thrash metal bands. So, yeah, I really don't have much thoughts on the new Megadeth Greatest Hits. But I would like to hear what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on this? I'd like to hear your thoughts. And is this something that you'll be buying or purchasing? As for me, I would like to purchase it at some point, but like I said, I don't think I wanted enough to pay $30 for it, or close to it rather. But that's my video, guys. With that said, thanks for watching, have a nice day, and take care.